Hi everybody, it's Mel, the obsessive cross stitcher. How's everybody doing? It's been a while since I recorded, maybe 4 weeks, I guess. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing okay. If you've never been to my channel, welcome. And if you've been to my channel and you've been coming and seeing me for a little while, welcome back. Thanks a lot for coming. I really appreciate it. Got a few things to talk about today. Got some haul, got some whips, got a health update, got a bunch of stuff going on. Um, so I guess we can just get started. First of all, I have to apologize for not having my upper teeth in today. They had to, when I had my surgery, I had the hernia, the double hernia surgery. And when they put the breathing tube down my throat, in my mouth and down my throat to help me breathe during the surgery, they broke one of my front teeth that was not part of my partial. And they broke it so bad that it broke it all the way down to the nerves. So they weren't able to save it. They couldn't. I was going to try and see if they could do a root canal and save it and, just, keep the tooth. But they weren't able to. So they ended up having to pull it the other day. And my gums are still too sore to put my partials back in right now. So I'm not able to do that. So I'm kind of upper toothless today. Well, not all the way upper toothless. I still got some teeth up front, but just that one I can't put my partials in because of the gums are just still too sore there. So anyway, you guys don't want to hear about that. Anyway, my health, I wanted to go ahead and do this real quick because my son is he did his schoolwork today, and I told you he's on his again his all night, being up all night deal now, where he's sleeping during the day and up all night. So I have to school him early in the morning, or in the mornings before he crashes in the afternoon. He's crashing in the afternoons now, about 2 o'clock, 2 or 3 o'clock. So I work with them in the mornings for a little while, get him done, and then he can crash and sleep. He sleeps till about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, and then he gets up and he's up all night. So that'll go on for a little while. Then he'll be back on his schedule where he's sleeping at night and up during the day. So it kind of goes goes its course, a circle. I never know where to look on this camera thing. So if you see my eyes wandering, then you'll know why. But anyway, got him down, so it's quiet now. I can go ahead and do my video hopefully out without any interruptions. Hopefully the phone won't ring or anything like that. So anyway, health update. My stomach is healing from the hernia surgery. I'm still a little sore. Still a little sore in that area, my stomach area. I got to be careful because I'm going to have to lay on my stomach here in the next few days. So I've been trying to hurry up and hopefully let it heal up so I can have my back procedure done. But it's been now it'll be 7 weeks, I think, tomorrow since I've had the surgery. And my stomach is still, like I said, still a little sore. My collarbone, found out that it actually was hairline fractured. When they tried to wake me up from the anesthesia, they beat on my chest so hard that they actually hairline fractured my collarbone. So that's still sore when I touch it. Still pretty sore, but it's actually getting better. It's not as sore as it was. So it's getting better too, which is good. Collarbone fracture is nothing they can really do for it. I mean, they put me in the sling for a little while. I don't wear the sling that much anymore because I don't want my shoulder to get stiff. When they said my shoulder could freeze up and I could, and get my elbow would stiffen up, and I don't want that. So, reach in here. So I don't wear that. I don't wear it anymore if I can help it. And before I moved back here from Las Vegas three years ago, I was supposed to have surgery on my right hand because I have really bad tendonitis in my right hand, and I've got a couple of trigger fingers, and some tendon issues in my right hand. Now I'm left-handed, so I stitch left-handed, but I hold my Q-snaps and everything with my with my right hand, and it tends to make my hand ache really, really bad. So they are going to do surgery on my hand, but I'm not going to have it done until after the first of the year because I've got some stuff going on that I'm going to tell you about in a little bit. So they put me in one of these little braces things, and I only wear this when I'm not stitching. When I'm stitching, it hinders me, so I can't wear it when I'm stitching. But so I take it off, and I have something else that I wear um, when I'm stitching. Um, but this comes off. You know, this stays on when I'm not stitching. So I've got it on now since I'm doing the video and stuff, and I'm done stitching for the day. Back procedure. They have scheduled me for my trial. The neurostimulator implant trial is going to be this coming Wednesday, and I'll be down for a week at least. That's a procedure that they do actually in the office. I don't have to go to the hospital for it because they're not actually cutting my back yet to put the implant in. They're just putting the leads in to temporarily see if it's going to be successful. I'll be awake for the procedure, which scares me to death. I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared about it because I'm a wimp. I'm a punk when it comes to pain. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a punk when it comes to pain, and I hate needles. The only needle I like is the needle I stitch with. You know, you come at me with a needle and I start freaking out. And I usually do have anxiety attacks when they do my back, when they mess with my back. So I'll be taking some anxiety medicine before I go in to have the procedure done. But they're going to put in the leads in my back and you know, turn the stimulator on and see if I can feel it working down my legs and see if I can feel it in my back and everything. And so I have to be awake for that to be able to tell them if it's working or not. And I wear that for a week. And if they deem it successful, and successful meaning if I get anywhere from 30 to 50% relief, pain relief from it, from what I have now, I'm at a 9 or 10 most days, every day. So if I can get anywhere from 30 to 50% relief, pain relief from where I'm at now, they deem that a success. They'll take the leads out after 7 days, and then I go in as soon as they can get me on the OR schedule, usually within a week or two, hopefully within a week or two, hopefully not longer than that. They'll go in and do the actual procedure while I go into the hospital, and they do the same thing. They put the leads in, but they actually, I'll be semi-awake. I'll be under kind of like a twilight sleep where I'm kind of halfway awake to be able to tell them if I can feel the leads, you know, if I can feel it working once they get the leads in place. And if I can feel it working once they get the leads in place, then they knock me out either the rest of the way or pretty much all the way. Then they cut my back open and put the implant in. They tweak it, you know, make sure that it's working and everything. Wake me up a little bit to make sure that I can feel it. And if I can feel it, then they stitch me up. And a lot of times it's a outpatient procedure where you go home right after it's done, but sometimes you stay overnight. And knowing me and how I am with pain and how I am with healing and things, I've requested that they keep me at least one night in the hospital so that they can check on me and offer me pain relief, you know, that I can't necessarily give myself here at the house. From the procedure, not pain relief from, because if it helps with the back, I won't be able to tell probably that first day or two, or maybe even that first week. I may not be able to tell if it's helping my back pain or not because I'm going to still be hurting from the actual procedure. And that takes 5 weeks. They say a minimum of 5 weeks to heal from that. So I have to, it's going to take me a little bit. So I'll be down for a minute. I'll be down, I'm expecting to be down for the week that they do the trial next week. I don't know how much stitching I'm going to get done. It's just going to depend on how I'm feeling. I may sit up in bed and stitch, which I do a lot anyway. But once I have the actual procedure done, the permanent procedure, then I don't know how I'm going to be after that. So I'll probably be in bed stitching a lot after I have the permanent procedure done too. Um, and I'll be doing some physical therapy and some occupational therapy and have a nurse come by and stuff for a while, like I did after I had my hernia surgery. Um, to see how I'm doing and whatnot. And then I don't know how soon I have to go back after I have the procedure done for them to tweak. Because I'll have a representative from Medtronic, which is the brand name of the implant that I'm having put in. Representatives will actually, I'll be working with them as well as my doctor to see if they need to tweak it once I get it in, once I get the implant in. If they need to tweak it at all, if I need to go in and have it tweaked or adjusted or anything like that, then they're there to do that for me throughout, the first few weeks of me having it put in. And then I'm sure that that lasts, because that battery is a rechargeable battery that they put in my back. The implant has a rechargeable battery that I can sit down and charge up, 30, like maybe half an hour once a week, maybe every couple of 3 days to once a week. I just sit down or lay down and plug it in and charge it up like they buy on a woman, right? Um, and that lasts for, they say, 7 to 9 years, 10 years at the most before they have to go in and take it out and put a new one in. Of course, if it's working for me all those years, then they'll do it. If it stops working, which I hope it doesn't, I'm hoping that this works because I'm in so much pain. I need something to fix this pain that I'm in. So I'm hoping that it does work and that it works for years to come, and then I can just get it. The only thing I have to look at doing is getting it adjusted, every now and then, and getting a new implant every 7 to 9 years. We'll see. So that's that. Don't know when, like I said, I don't know when the permanent one will be scheduled. It'll be determined after they take out the trial leads, and we'll see. We'll go from there. So pray for me, guys, that this trial works. Because if it does work, then they'll go ahead and do the permanent implant, which is what I really need. So anyway, so that's that. New thing that's going on. I want to talk about retreat. As you know, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. And we don't have any LNSs out here. The closest LNS to us, I think, is in Hillsboro, 2 hours away, Hillsboro, Illinois. And I haven't known of anybody other than the people that used to do something over in Branson, Missouri. They don't do any retreats out this way. So we have a Facebook group called the St. Louis Stitchers. And two of the girls from St. Louis Stitchers and I talked about putting together a retreat. How nice would it be if we had a retreat here in St. Louis, or for the people around in and around the St. Louis area. And a lot of people that were at our sit and stitch that day were saying that would be nice. They'd be interested if in coming if we had one. So I thought, well, let me put it out there on Facebook to our group in Facebook and see if how many people would actually be interested in coming if we put one together. And one of my other girls there that's there at the sit and stitch said that she would help plan it if we got enough interest. So I put it out there and we got a lot of interest. We had over 45 people that said that they would be interested in coming if I put it, if we put something together, if I were able to, put some dates together. So I put some dates together and we settled on a date, and we are now going to be having a retreat here in St. Louis at the Embassy Suites in St. Charles, which is a suburb of St. Louis, a little city just outside of St. Louis. And it's going to be in January 26th to the 28th. I'm real excited about it. It's my first retreat I've ever been to, and I'm helping to be the one to plan it. So I'm excited on both ends. I'm excited to help plan it and excited to be able to go to my first retreat. It's going to be an informal retreat. It's not going to be anything real big or fancy or anything like that. We're going to have a couple of vendors there, and we'll do some goodie bags and some exchanges, and probably have a pass the stash table, and you know, whip table, stuff like that. But it's going to be a good time of us just getting together and sitting and stitching and meeting new people. And I'm just really, really excited. So that's another reason why I want to hurry up and get this permanent procedure done on my back, because I'm gonna be still probably being affected by it, by the recovery period, even in January. So the sooner I get it done, the hopefully the better I'll be feeling by retreat time. So um, I'm real excited about it. Really excited about it. And a lot of the people that are coming are excited too. So I hope it really turns out well. And if it does turn out well and people really enjoy themselves, then we are looking at doing this on an annual basis. Of course, I'm moving to Colorado next year, to Colorado Springs next year. Um, and hopefully get to meet Andrea. She's in Colorado. She and I have talked about getting together once I get out there, meeting up. I'm already on a couple of Facebook groups in Colorado, but if this turns out well, I will come back to St. Louis once a year and help with the other person that helped me organize it this year, and we'll organize one every year, and just I'll come back every year for the retreat, and hopefully it'll get bigger and better every year as people learn about it. Hopefully we can make it bigger and better every year. So I'm excited about that. Okay. I'm going to take this. I'm going to do this out of order. I had my list. I had my notes down here. That's what I'm looking at now. I have my notes down here as to what I was going to do next. But well, no, I guess I'll do whips first. Okay, I'm going to do whips. Show you what I'm working on now. I've been working on a bunch of stuff since, or a few things since I haven't recorded in a while. There's some things that you haven't seen yet, and I'll show those to you. So. I guess the first thing that I'll show you is the Christmas present that I'm working on for Nick. Since he's a guitar player, I saw this on 123 Stitch and I had to have it. I thought that he would really like it. And so I decided to go ahead and get it, and I've been stitching on it. It came in, I ordered it from 123 Stitch, and it came in, and I've been stitching on it now for about a week or so, and it's called Guitars. I don't know if you can see all of that, but it's got a whole bunch of guitars on that bad boy. And he actually knew what a lot of these guitars were. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And so far, after a week of work, let me take off my chart holder here. Get my chart holder off. There we go. That's where I'm at so far with it. I've gotten a lot done on it, so I'm pretty happy about that. So that's that one. And I take it back. I am going to deviate from my whips and show you my haul first, because a lot of the stuff that's in my whips I've actually already started working on. So I'll show that to you first. So haul. Well, you saw the guitars. I got the guitar pattern. I also got my Freedom House. I don't know if I showed this one to you yet or not. Take it out of the package so you can see it, but that's Freedom House. I got that one, and this is that was my first try at working on 28 count Lugana, and I did pretty good. I love it. I absolutely love working on 28 count Lugana. It's going to probably be, unless I'm working on something that actually calls for Ada, I think it's going to probably be my go-to fabric from now on, is 28 count Lugana. So there's that. I got that, and I'm working on some stuff now for Christmas for some people. Friends of mine. Some of them were a couple of the nurses that came by to see me while I was recovering from my hernia surgery, and they have animals and stuff. So to one of the nurses that came by, I got this. I'm doing this one for her. Happy is the home with at least one cat. She's got a kitten, a brand new kitten at home. I think her kitten's like 5 months old now. So I got that for her. And that's what it's going to look like when it's done. I'll put this one back in the package. Pardon the crinkling. Anyway, so there's that. Prayer. Where's my prayer one? Oh, here it is. Okay. I actually ended up getting this twice. I'm going to show it to you because 123 Stitch sent me this stuff, and then I didn't get part of the order. They sent me part of the order, and I didn't get all of it. So then when they sent me the rest of the order, they accidentally sent me stuff that they had already sent me. When I called them, they told me just go ahead and keep it. Don't worry about it. Because they couldn't, I mean, once they already cut the fabric and everything, they couldn't really take it back. And it was going to be, they didn't want to, you know, pay for the shipping. And I wasn't going to pay for the shipping to send it back to them because it wasn't my fault that they sent it to me. So they just told me to keep it. So anyway, this one here, prayer. And it says, Prayer, World's Best Wireless Connection. And I got this to do for my niece, who's really kind of going through some stuff right now. She lost her mom a few months ago, and I just found out, well, we just found out just a couple 3 weeks ago, that her oldest daughter passed away of a sudden illness. And so she's really just kind of going through it right now. So I thought this would help, you know, lift her spirits up a little bit. So I got that. But they sent me all the threads. They sent me the pattern a second time. They sent me the fabric a second time, and they sent me all the threads for it a second time. So I'm going to probably, for the retreat, take the extra pattern that I have, and I do want to stitch it the second time. I'm going to keep the fabric and the extra fabric and the extra threads, and stitch it for our house because I like it so much that I want to keep it for our house as well. But I'll take the pattern, and I'm getting moving out of camera angle here. Let me fix it here. I'm losing my. Hold on, just 1 second. I don't know why this is acting stupid, but it is. There we go. Maybe that's better. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to stitch it for myself too, but I stitched it for her, and I'm going to take the extra pattern and put it probably on the pass the stash table at retreat. Somebody else may want to take it and do something with it. So got that, and then here's one for the other nurse that came, for one of the other nurses that came by. She has a dog, and it says, in a perfect world, every dog would have a home, and every home would have a dog. And there's that. I'm going to do that for her. Called the Dog Lover Sampler. It's a counted cross stitch. I don't know who put this out. Oh, C.O. Humphreys for the Posy collection. So there's that. And that prayer one, the prayer one is a Lizzie Kate. And I'm starting to like a lot of the stuff that she does. I like the Lizzie Kate, and I guess the Kitten Bixby is the one who did the cat one, and then Little House Needleworks is my Freedom House. So, but like I said, here's the one with the dog. I've got another one coming from one of the other nurses that came by and helped check on me and stuff, and she has a dog too. But they were out of it when I ordered it. When I went to order it, they were out of it, so I had to wait for it to come in at 123 Stitch, and it finally came in, so I ordered it, and it should be here hopefully tomorrow. And I'll show that to you in my next video. But I have been scared to try Mirabilia. I don't know why. Probably because of the beads. I've never stitched anything that has beads. My leg is going to sleep. There we go. I've never stitched on anything that has beading on it, so I've been kind of steering away from a Mirabilia. However, I've been wanting this. I like the mermaids and the ladies and stuff like that. They're so pretty, and I've been wanting to stitch something, but I didn't want to do anything with beads yet. And I wondered if there was anything out there that you could stitch that didn't have beads that was similar. And I found this series of ladies from John Clayton collection, and this one is called Elegance. It's John Clayton's Elegance collection, and this one is called Francesca, and that's Well, I don't know if you can see it without the... See if I can take it out of the package so you can see it. But I've got it all kitted up. I can't get it out of the package. Because I've got all the floss with it. There we go. Okay. There we go. Got that. And that's what she's going to look like when she's done. And here's all the threads that go with it. And I thought I had this puppy all kitted up with the fabric and everything. But when I got the fabric that I ordered for it, I kind of thought against it. I just decided I didn't want to do it on that fabric. So I saw some stuff from Hand Dyed by Stephanie that I really liked. I'm just going to put that over there for a minute and I'll put it up later. Some stuff Hand Dyed by Stephanie, and I like it better. This is what I got to stitch it on, which is a Whisper Lugana, 28 count Whisper Lugana. But it's too, I don't know, I don't want to say boring to me. I found something that I like much better, that I'm going to stitch on. So it's going to take me a little while to get it, but I'm not going to start on that till after the first of the year anyway. So I may stitch on that. Hopefully if I had the material before retreat, I may start that on or before retreat and start working on that. So there's that. Also another pattern that I have kitted up already. And I saw somebody else doing this, and I can't remember who it was that stitched this, but when I saw it, I just loved it and had to have it. Somebody out there is stitching this, and it is Heart and Hands, Always You, and it just says it was always you. And I got that for me and Nick, because for me it's always been Nick. You know, sometimes you don't know things. You know, hindsight's 20/20. But now that I'm back with Nick after our childhood, growing up and stuff, I realize that it's always been him, and I just had to have this for us. And as you can see, I've got it kitted up. I've got this on a 28 count ice blue Lugana, and I've got it all kitted up with the threads and everything. And I'll pull out of the package just a little bit so you can see the ice blue. It's pretty true to light. It's very light. It's a very light blue, aqua blue, but that's coming up pretty close to what it really looks like. So there's that. And I'm going to start working on that pretty soon. Now, like I said, I've been really nervous about stitching with beads, but the person that's helping me plan the retreat works with beads. She does mirabilias all the time, and she's a pro at stitching with beads, and said that she would help me. So I'm going to have to learn. I may start on one of these next patterns that I'm going to show you, either during retreat or either before or after retreat, because I want to learn how to stitch with beads, and I want to make sure that I know before I leave and go to Colorado, and don't know anybody yet that can teach me. So I'm gonna have her teach me. But these next two patterns that I got require stitching with beads. I don't have these kitted up yet. I've just got the patterns. Haven't decided on what fabric I'm going to use yet, but these are Joan Elliott. I love Joan Elliott. I've got one. I showed you her book that I had the last time. One of the last times I did a video. I've got one of her Native American books, hardback books. But this is a Joan Elliott Native American maiden, and it does require beads. But I just love that. With me being part Native American, I couldn't. And I saw it, I just couldn't pass it up. And I've wanted to get it, for a while. And each time I got ready to try and get it, it's a popular pattern, I guess, with 1, 2, 3 stitch, and so it would be out of stock. and I'd have to wait for it to come in, and so when it came in this last time, I finally just decided to go ahead and snatch it up and get it. And then I thought the perfect mate on the wall. I don't know where I'm going to put this yet. This is going to go on in our house in Colorado, but I also got the Native American brave that'll go next, next to the maiden there. And you can see, I had to get it because it had the wolf. And again, I love all things wolves, you know that. So I had to have it. So there's that. And I don't know what I'm going to stitch these on yet. I may get some stuff from 123 Stitch, or I may get something, from Hand Dyed by Stephanie. I'm not sure yet. But and then here's what I'm doing for somebody else that kind of likes wolves, but this kind of looks like a little bit of a wolf. This is Samoyed, and Samoyeds are they come from wolves, so they thought this was really cute and asked me to do this for them, so I'm going to do that. So there's that. Now, I think I'm done as far as... Oh, wait a minute. One more. One more for haul. And I've got this one all kitted up, too. And this one is a Lizzie Kate. Again, I'm starting to get into some Lizzie Kates. I'm liking the Lizzie Kate stuff. But this one is a Lizzie Kate. For we walk by faith, not by sight. And I just thought that was the cutest thing. And it's got a little charm. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got like a little heart with a cross in the middle of it. Charm there. And I'm showing you the pattern. Shoot, if you can get something from that little bitty quick showing, then go ahead. But anyway, it's got like a little charm there, and it goes. Maybe I'll show it to you this way. It goes right there by the bee. So that's the charm. And I've got this one all kitted up. It's ready to go too. So most of these will be started after the first of the year, because I'm working on these other ones, like I said, now for Christmas. So I got some new scissors. I don't know who these are by, but I ordered them on Amazon, and I just love them. They come two to a pair, and they come with a needle, a seam ripper. But I liked them so much, I went in and ordered 2 more pair of them, because I figured I'm going to end up liking them, and then I'm not going to be able to get them anymore. And then if I lose these, or these break or something, then I'm going to have to, figure out how to get them again. So I ordered, every time I get, I go on Amazon and order something, I usually order another set of these. But they come, 2 to a pack. This is a curved set, and this is a straight set, but they're both really sharp, and I love these. These are really sharp. They cut my thread really good, and you can see the little scissor fob I made. I made that scissor fob for it, and I got the bead